Good afternoon. Yes, the characteristic sound of the Astra Twin Top window there once again. It's the 6th of February today, and the figures for the top 10 best-selling cars of January 2020 have just been announced. I know how much you all love the monthly dose of entertainment that I provide for you when I go through these figures. So that's what we're going to do. If you don't want to see that and see a lot of my face talking, then please feel free to watch Car Wow or something like that. But that's what we're doing today. So without further ado, let's get on with it. January 2020 is the first month of the new year, which is obvious. I don't know why I'm saying that, but we've already seen a significant decrease over 2019 in terms of new car sales. Now, I don't particularly know why that is at the moment. There could be a certain word that I could use to reference the current political climate, but I won't do that. Instead, we're just going to look at the figures. Now, private sales for January are down by 14%. The market share this year for private sales so far is 41.3%. Fleet sales are down by 2.2%, and business sales are up by 4.2%. I don't particularly know why that is. Maybe there are some good deals out there. But yeah, that's a 7.3% decrease. And there were around 150,000 cars sold last month. So that's it, really. Let's now look at the fuel types. I have the information in front of me here, so if my eyes go in a different direction, no, I'm just referring to the figures so that I don't get them wrong. Diesel is down by 36%. No surprise there. That is a 20% market share. Petrol is down by 9.5%. So 61.5% market share. Battery electric vehicles, those ones that don't have any type of combustion engine, they are up by 203.9%. That's a 2.7% share of the market. That's an enormous increase. Plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, after the government grant for those is gone a long time ago now. Those are up by 111.1%, and that's a 3.2% market share. Hybrid electric vehicles, standard ones like I know the Toyota Corolla hybrid, those are up by 20.6%. That's a 6% market share. Mild hybrid diesel, that's like the Kia Sportage and Hyundai Tucson diesel, they are increased by 721.3%. 721.3%, that's a huge increase. And then mild hybrid petrol, that's things like the Suzuki Ignis mild hybrid, that is up by 215% with a 3.7% market share. Let's now look at the actual top 10 bestsellers for the month of January 2020. First place is Ford Fiesta, just over 6,000 sales. No surprise there. Second place, the Ford Focus, 5,300 sales approximately. Not really a surprise particularly, but better than the Focus has been doing recently, actually. Third place, Nissan Qashqai. That'll be 4,608 cars. And then the Vauxhall Corsa, just under 4,400 sales. Now the new model Corsa is on sale now, so that's probably those arriving in showrooms. I have seen one at the local Vauxhall dealership recently, so they're obviously there. The next is the Golf. The Golf Mark 7.5, which is the current Golf, that's being discontinued very, very soon. The Mark 8 Golf will be on sale. I don't know if it's already on sale now, but if it's not already on sale now, it'll be very shortly. That's in 5th position. Next is Mercedes A-Class, and we're dropping quite a lot from the Golf at about 4,000 sales to the Mercedes A-Class, sorry, not the E-Class, A-Class at 3,200. Bear in mind, when I say sales, I mean registrations that the dealers or whoever is doing. I don't mean actual, people selling a dotted line. I mean registrations. This is something which I need to get clear, just so we don't mislead anybody. Then there's a Kia Sportage, that's up quite a lot. Now, it's a 10th best-selling car in 2019, but last month it was actually the 7th best-selling car. That's about 2,500 sales. Next has been W3 Series. That's an excellent car. Planet Auto had one of those recently. If you want to look at their coverage of that, the full review will actually be coming out soon on their channel. That was 2,422. Next was the Volkswagen Polo, 2,336. It gets really close, actually, the bottom 4 here. And then the 10th best-selling car of January 2020 was the Vauxhall Grandland X, 2,261. Okay, so now we're in my favourite part of the video, where we look at what manufacturers are doing well and which ones are doing badly from the last month. And I speculate as to reasons why that might be. First of all, we are in the top of the alphabet here. So we look at always first Abarth and Alfa Romeo, both part of FCA. They are both down. It's not surprising in either respect, really. I think it's a shame Alfa aren't doing so well. The Giulia and the Stelvio aren't performing particularly well at the moment. Abarth have only got one model on sale. It's called the 595 or 695, and then variations on those. Abarth is down by 15.4%. Alfa Romeo is down by 32.5%. When I say up or down, I mean in relation to last year. At the same time, so it's January 2019, but I'm comparing with January 2020. Alpine, they were down by 37% or thereabouts, but that's because they don't have many cars they even sell. So they sold 16 cars last January, and this January they sold 10. Aldi, they are up by 13%. That might be due to the new A4 and other things. Bentley, they continue to be on a meteoric rise. They are up by 37%. BMW are increased by 5.5%. They're just over 10,000 cars. Citroën, now they're bucking a trend that they had towards the end of last year where their sales are very buoyant. In fact, in December 2019, a lot of manufacturers' sales were very buoyant. So Citroën, they're down by 21.5%. And then Dacia, this is a massive surprise because they were one of the best performing brands last year of all. They're down by 50.6%. DS, their DS3 Crossback must be coming on tap at the moment because they're up by 12.65%. Fiat, now this is interesting. They don't really have too many new models at the moment, and the 500 hybrid isn't quite out yet. That will replace all the normal 500 models when that comes into showrooms in a couple of months, apart from the Abarth ones. They're up by 2%, which is very good. I hope that the new Tipo Saloon is working out well for them. I recently actually got to do a walk around of that on my channel, and I'm hoping to drive a Tipo hatchback or estate quite soon too. Ford, they are down by 1.5%, but bear in mind the whole market's down by over 7%, so that's not a huge decrease. Honda, they're down by 13.78%. They really could do with a bit of a sort of a bit of an injection of spirit, I think. Let's just see if they haven't. No, they're not quite as bad as some people have kind of said, but it's still not the sort of figures they used to have in this country. Hyundai, they are down by 31%. Don't really know why that is particularly. Infiniti, well, they're gone. I don't know why they're even in the charts at all. They can't sell cars anymore in this country. Jaguar, they are up by 9.6%. That's very good. I like that. Jeep are up by 27%. That is excellent. Land Rover, they are up by 0.21%. Again, very good. Obviously, that doesn't reflect the new Defender or anything because that's not on sale yet. Kia, they are down by 24.5% despite having the Sportage a bit higher in the rankings than it would usually be. Lotus, let's go Lotus and then Lex. I might change the order slightly in the alphabet here, but they're not too far off. Lotus, they are up by 28.57%. Bear in mind, though, they only sold 7 cars last January and 9 cars this January, so it's not that significant. Lexus, they are up by 44.39%. Of course, huge incentives at the moment to have a hybrid as opposed to a diesel car. So perhaps a lot of company car drivers are choosing to have a Lexus instead. Maserati, they are down by 14.5%. They could do with some new models. Mazda, despite the fact that the U3 is on sale and they increased, I think, overall in 2019, they are down by 26%, which is a shame. Mercedes-Benz, they are down by 9.14%. They have about a 7.5% market share. MG, is this really a surprise to anyone? They had a huge increase in January 2020. This will probably be the MG HS and the MGZ SUV finally coming on to sort of reasonable numbers and registrations. So up by 145%, and their market share is about 1.2%. Mini, they have a 1.5% market share. So it's not that far behind, really. MG is selling more cars in this country now than people at Mitsubishi, which is interesting. So Mini themselves, they're down by 31%. That new electric Mini could really help them, I think. I saw that at the Goodwood Revival with Planet Auto in September. It looked like a nice car. Mitsubishi, they are actually increasing. Brilliant. I don't know whether that's to do with the new ASX that Planet Auto recently reviewed. Who knows? But they are up by 16.5%. That's a very, very good show for Mitsubishi, who last year were in a bit of a decline. Nissan last month, the Qashqai was one of the best-selling cars in the country. They were up by 18.4%. Peugeot were down by 9.3%. Don't really know why. Porsche, they just seem to be increasing, in this country for some reason all the time. They are up by about 10%. Renault, they are on a decrease. The new Clio and the new Capture may be on in showrooms yet. I don't know if those will improve things a bit. They are down by 14%. Seat are down by 6%. Whether they've got any new models in the pipeline, the new Leon, for example, that'll fix things, I don't know. We'll have to see. Skoda, similar type of situation. They've got a few new models coming out as well, such as new Octavia. They are down by 8%. Smart, they're really awaiting an entire reinvention of their brand. They've been bought out with a half share from Geely, who own Volvo and Lotus and other manufacturers like the London Electric Vehicle Company. So they basically were going to go away and come back, I think. Ssangyong, this is a massive disappointment. They are down by more than 50%. Clearly, that new Corando that they brought out last year has not sold in the numbers they expected. The diesel one was the first one they released, and perhaps that's not doing so well. The petrol one needs to come in, and also the Tivoli, which is a fantastic car, and I'd make no sort of I make absolutely no kind of reservations at all about the fact that I love the Ssangyong Tivoli. It's a brilliant car, but it needs some better engine. It needs a small capacity turbocharged engine and slightly lower pricing, and then it will sell really well. Warranty on Sangyongs is brilliant. Subaru, they are down by 71, almost 72% actually. That's not a good showing from them, really. I hope that their new E-Boxer variants will help, and hopefully I might be able to drive one of those soon. You watch for space. Suzuki, they're down by 40%. I don't really know why. Again, I'm hoping to drive one of their new models quite soon on the channel, so we'll see how that goes. Toyota, they are down by 8%. I don't know, that could just be the fact that they haven't got enough cars out there. It's about the average, really, which is a 7.3% decrease, so not too bad. Vauxhall, they're down by 25%. That could just be they haven't got many of the new Corsas ready yet. I don't know. Although the Corsa did do quite well last month. Volkswagen, they're down by 0.2%. Again, that's not significant. And Volvo, they are down by 0.7%. In this chart, there are also two other figures here. One is for other British, that is for low volume things like Westfields and Caterhams and things like that. The one, though, what I tend to concentrate more on is other imports, and that includes Tesla. I don't know why Tesla don't come into the main table. I really don't understand that, but there's some quirk at the SMMT data. that happens in, and that is up by 91.3%. That's probably the Tesla Model 3. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That was the top 10 best-selling cars of January 2020. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Turn notifications on if you'd like to receive them. And leave a comment below. Like this video. Please visit my Facebook page, facebook.com/Lloyd Vehicle Consulting, and my website, particularly if you wish me to source a car for you. It doesn't have to be anything I mentioned on the list. It could be virtually anything. Then please visit my website, www.lloydvehicleconsulting.co.uk, where there is a contact tab for you to get in touch with me directly on the homepage. Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching.